Hi, this is Kelly Brown, and today we're going to talk about a really great tool available through Office 365 called Excel Survey. Excel Survey is a way to create an online form or online survey that other people can provide answers to, and those answers could then automatically populate an Excel survey. So it's a great tool for data collection. Before we get started, I do want to make the point to make sure we understand that because Office 365 is a cloud-based data storage tool, when the information that is used or entered into an Excel survey must not be information that would be considered confidential student data. Any confidential student data should never go in a cloud-based storage system. So it's great to collect data. You just want to make sure that it's not collecting data that would be deemed confidential student information. Okay, so let's get started. How do we access Excel Survey through Office 365? To access Office 365, we can go on any computer that has internet access or any device. We go to the Cobb County District webpage. We go to from the home page, we click on Employees. Scroll down and go to the left a little bit, and we see Office 365 Login. Click on Office 365 Login, and you will get a login page. I'm already logged in, but if you weren't logged in, you would be asked to enter in a username and a password. Your username is your complete Cobb County email address, and your password is the same password you use to log into your computer every day. When you enter that information in, you should see a screen that looks like this. And we want to click on the OneDrive tile that's available to us. That blue tile with clouds on it, OneDrive. We click on the OneDrive tile. When we click on the OneDrive tile, we're going to see any files that you've created in Office 365. But to create the Excel survey, we go up to the top underneath that blue bar that's up at the top. We see Office 365. We see OneDrive. Underneath that, we see New. We want to click on New. And from there, we see we could create a new folder, a new Word document, a new Excel workbook, a new PowerPoint presentation, a new OneNote notebook, or a new Excel survey. And that's what we want to do. So we're going to click on Excel survey. Right away, we see a window appear that's asking us to name the survey. So today I'm going to name it Thursday, and I'm going to click Create, and I've just created a Excel survey named Create. A box will appear that says Edit Survey, and this is where I edit my information, but also notice behind this window is an Excel online worksheet. And this is where the data will go from our survey will automatically populate this worksheet. Pretty cool. So here it's asking us to enter a title for our survey. I'm going to enter Thursday again. Underneath that, you see it says enter a description for your survey here. Well, it's just Thursday. This is a test. We really don't need anything more specific. But if you did need to provide more clarification to the title or any more information, you could type it in there. Okay, so then it says enter your first question here underneath there. So let's click on it, and when we click on it, we see an edit question box appears to the right. So this is where we enter our first question. Enter your first question here. It says that. I'm just going to enter first name. You don't really need to say what is your first name. First name's pretty self-explanatory. Underneath that question, you see a question subtitle. And if we needed to further clarify the question or provide any further information, we could put it in that box. Underneath that, it says response type. Now, response type indicates what type of question we're asking. So if I click on go to the right of response type, it says text, and then there's a drop-down arrow. When I click on the drop-down arrow, it's showing me the different response types that are available to me through Excel Survey. One is text. That is like one line of text that someone could type information in. Underneath that is paragraph text, which is more of a block of text, maybe 3 or 4 sentences if you needed them to enter more information that way. Underneath that is number, if you wanted the person completing the survey to enter a number. or date if you wanted them to enter a date, or time if you wanted them to enter time. Then you have yes, no. So if you asked a question and the only answers possible were yes, no, you could use the yes, no response type. Or if you wanted to provide your own choices for answers to a particular question, you could use the choice response type, and then you would enter in or type in the choices that you would want available. So for first name, our first question, it's just text. It's just a line of text. So we have first name as a question. We don't need a subtitle. Our response type is text, and we're just going to click on done. Oops, I forgot. There was something I wanted to do and I forgot. Well, that's all okay. First name is right here. In the upper right of first name, there's a little gearbox. If I click on the gearbox, the edit question window appears again, and I can make whatever change or correction I needed to. What I wanted to do is make this a required question. A required question means that it must be answered in order for you to submit the survey. So I'm going to check the box to the right of required. I don't need a default answer. I'm clicking on done. I've just entered my first question of my Excel survey. Underneath first name, we see it says add new question. I'm going to click on add new question. The green box appears, edit question appears to the right. This time I'm going to type in last name. I have first name, now I want the last name. Again, I don't need a subtitle. Text is fine. I do want it required. I don't need a default answer. I'm going to click done. Okay, I have two questions entered. I have a first name question and a last name question entered. I'm going to click below last name and enter add new question. And this time I want to give them a choice. So I'm going to ask the question, when do you like to go on vacation? Okay. Don't need a subtitle there. That's pretty self-explanatory. But I do want to give them choices. So instead of response type text, I'm going to choose choice. And you see that when I do that, this choices box comes up with ABC. If I single click on it, it is highlighted, and now I can enter in what I want the choices to be. And what I want the choices to be is spring, summer, after summer, I'm hitting the enter key, fall, enter key, winter, enter key. Okay, so those are the choices that I want them to have to enter this question, when do you like to go on vacation? I do want this to be required. I don't need a default answer. I click on done. Okay, so let's add another question, and I get my box here, and I'm going to say, do you like to ski during a vacation? Okay, so that's a yes, no. Neither you do or you don't. So, and then again, we do not need a subtitle. The text is not quite right. We have that yes, no choice. I'm going to click on yes, no, and when I choose yes, no, you're going to see that there's a default value that comes with it. It's either going to, you're either going to see the no visibly when you look at this question, or you're going to see the yes. I'm going to choose no, so that if they really like to ski, they're forced to make that change. I do want this to be a required question, and I'm going to click done. Okay, so now I'm going to go down to my next one, and this will be my last one, and this one I want them to type some text. I'm going to type a question that says, describe your ideal vacation. Okay, so oops, just click in there. Subtitle, this response type, I want it to be paragraph text because I want them to, have some space to enter in a great answer to that question. I do want this one required. I do not need a default value. I click on done, and I've entered a few questions for my survey. If I wanted to see how the person getting the survey would view it, I can click on Save and View in the bottom right corner, Save and View. And here's how the survey would look to someone that is about to answer it. With Excel Survey, it's a very clean look. There's no extra colors or graphics or anything like that. It's white background, black text, some text is in green for a heading, and that's all good. Again, we're looking back, if we look at the Excel workbook behind our survey, we see column A is first name because that's our first question. We can see column B's last name going off our question. So that Excel workbook is being populated based on what we entered for our Excel survey. Pretty cool. Okay, so I could, if I needed to make an edit here somewhere, I could click on Edit Survey in the bottom right corner. When I get here to Edit Survey screen, we see that in the upper left, I could just click on any question that I wanted to make a change to. I get my Edit Question box up here. I can make the change and I'm all good. So I think I'm good. Again, I'm going to go to, since I haven't made any change, I'm fine. If I'm ready to share it, and that's what I would need to do in order for people to get a link to the survey so that they can answer the questions, I would need to share the survey. So again, in the bottom right corner, I see it says Share Survey. I click on Share Survey. I get a highlighted web link there. I hit Control C to copy it, or you can right click to copy it. I'm going to go to a web browser. I'm going to type in or paste in that web address that I just copied, and there is my survey. So very cool. If I want to answer it right now, I'm going to enter first name Kelly, last name Brown. When do you like to go on vacation? In the fall. Do you like skiing during a vacation? Yes. Describe my ideal vacation, typing in some stuff there. And I scroll down, I click Submit, and I've just entered all that information in the survey. So if now I want to see, what does the worksheet look like, I'm going to go back to my original survey and click Close here, and look, this is what I just populated as I entered in the data in the survey, and it automatically populated the worksheet tied to the survey. So that's how you use Excel Survey. Really great tool for data collection. Have fun!